And welcome back, folks. Glad to be back in the Bay Area and to be able to review bikes all over again. This is the views I do miss. I miss seeing the seaside, I miss seeing the bay. And right over here, I've got the 2017 FZ-10 before they change it to the MT next year. But this is the FZ-10. And funny thing is, I call this a transformer bike. The first thing I notice is just the eyes. The headlights, the coolest thing ever on the FZ-10s. The headlights remind me of Transformer, like Bumblebee kind of. But the first thing I thought of this bike is, man, it's gonna transform into a robot and start like shooting missiles at me or something. And man, just look at that. Look at this beauty. Flush mounts, whatever, you can get rid of those later. Tail tidy can be done aftermarket. Alright, so let's go over a bit of the controls over here. Cool thing I want to point out for these FZ-10s is that they have cruise control. Cruise control is probably the best thing you can have on these bikes, especially the naked ones. Just sit back, relax, kick your legs up, let the bike ride for you, right? High beams, low beams, signal lights right over here. You got traction control, your ignition, you got different modes. And then the best part about Yamaha is implementing the emergency light. So let's turn the dash on here. And there's just a beautiful dash right here. You got your time up here, your RPM meter up here, your miles per hour, your temperature, your gears, your odometers right here. This one specifically has 475 miles. Your fuel meter. This is the different modes right here. So you got it on standard. A mode uses about like 90% more throttle. You got B mode, which uses less than 50% of the throttle, and standard mode, which is best of both worlds, gives that extra oomph to it. So that's why I keep it to the standard mode. I don't need to go fast, I don't need to go slow. Standard's just perfect for me. And then your neutral light, your oil light, and then your ABS light is right over here in yellow. So it's pretty cool. And let's turn this bike on actually. And you hear that inline 4 engine. That's Yamaha's famous inline 4 engine. Here's the one headlight here. I like it, all LEDs. You don't need to change it to halogens or anything. They keep it straight LEDs here. And here's the exhaust right here. Let's give it a little sound. Let's get up to about 5,000 RPMs. Woo. Now imagine, guys, that you full pipe that. Imagine the sound of that. Alright guys, I'm gonna go take this bike for a spin probably tomorrow morning. I kind of want to shoot during daytime. As you can see, the night's coming upon us, so I can't really ride it today. So I'm gonna shoot this thing probably next morning and then talk about it later. Alright guys, tune in. Boom.
The next morning.
Woo, and the power is there. I always say these guys on the FZs and the MTs, they're a ton of fun. These bikes are just these torque monster bikes. And you can't really imagine if you feel the torque on the 700s and the 900s. On this leader bike engine, the crossplane engine, this inline 4 right here, I keep this in standard mode, guys. Like I tell you guys in every MT video, I never take this off standard mode, or I never put it on A mode because I don't need that extra throttle. I'm not trying to wheelie in first or second gear. First off the bat, I'm gonna tell you guys, this is a very comfortable bike. The position is very upright. This is a 32.4 inch seat height, so I'm able to tippy toe on this, not really flat footed. Maybe with my motorcycle boots I can. The one thing that really stands out from these bikes is the sound of these MTs. The sound is just so nice. It has that kind of really deep roar, so full piping this is almost like a must, or even a slip-on. You just get to hear that, like the extra roar, that sound that this thing can produce. This in a city, guys, like a commuter bike, which is this bike right here, as a commuter bike, this is so much fun. So comfortable. If you add like a Corbin seat on this or a Saddleman, you can ride this for 24 hours. Like no problem. This bike is so comfortable. It has enough power to do what you need to do on the freeways. City wise, Unlike sport bikes, the naked bikes, they provide the upright comfort that you need on these bikes. Just going through the gears. Yamaha's gearbox has always been amazing. Every time I review a Yamaha bike, their gearbox is second to none. One of the best gearboxes that I've ever experienced. You can flip through these gears like butter. Just very smooth, very, very smooth. ABS is super strong on this one. Engine braking, very good. Has a slipper clutch, so that's an extra needed safety measure for these bikes. You know, when it comes to these leader naked bikes, and one thing I did notice is that it's not as intimidating as one might think, especially with all this power and you're upright. The wind is not so bad either. I know it hits my chest a little bit. They do have guards to this. I personally don't like the look of the guard. I have to say I'm more of an aesthetic person. I think this definitely meets the requirements of what is a really, really beautiful hyper naked bike. I love the transformer look. I love it. And again, it's not as intimidating as you think it can be. Definitely not for a beginner, but someone who's been riding for like 6-7 months can definitely get a feel for this bike and enjoy it for what it is. I think this passed all the requirements. It looks attractive, it looks nice. I love the headlight look. Everything's upright. Bars are comfortable, they're perfectly placed. And again, guys, I'm going to repeat this so you guys understand. I'm 5'9", about 190 pounds, and this bike definitely can carry more than enough weight. This is a great bike. Gas tank is wide enough, holds about like 4.59 gallons. So I mean, you're looking at like an essentially kind of like one of the best commuter bikes you can ever be on in the leader category. So you got the aesthetics, you got the power, you got the comfortability, you got the ergonomics. Yeah, this bike has it all. Like, you really cannot go wrong with this bike. Yeah, short, sweet, simple review. I love this bike. In my eyes, I give it about like a 4.5 out of 5. All right, and that concludes the review of the bike. Here's Manny Mototechie. Go follow him. All right, peace out.